It's time to make more money by giving better presentations. Your host, certified communications coach and 3-time distinguished Toastmaster Fred Haley and his expert guests share their professional advice and feedback to guide you to make more money by inspiring and motivating your audiences. Learn to overcome your nervousness and rambling, speak with confidence, connect with your audiences, and find more success. And now, it's time to make more money by giving better presentations.
Welcome to Make More Money by Giving Better Presentations. My name is Fred Haley, and I am here to help you make more money. I am here to help you give better presentations so that you can make more money. Don't forget to visit my website, toastmentor.com, so you can find more tips, more resources, more help, so you can make more money by giving better presentations. And if you are stuck on a question, if you have trouble with your speech, if you have a suggestion, email me, fred@toastmentor.com. And don't forget to listen to the end of the podcast. I have a free offer for you, an additional resource to help you make more money. But today, we're going to answer your important question. Can you really make more money with better presentations? Well, the short answer is, yes, you can. I'll show you how. I'll show you how if you are a professional speaker. Of course, you're a professional speaker. You're making more money by having people pay you to speak. A salesperson, you're convincing people to buy your product or service through your presentations. A consultant, people pay you for advice. You can make more money with better presentations. A professional, like a lawyer, a doctor, a financial planner, someone who is an expert. People come to you for your expert service, but you can make more money with better presentations. A director or manager who has a specific job. People report to you, you report to others. Your salary is based on their performance and your performance, but you can still make more money with better presentations. And even a frontline worker. You're the person that our clients, our customers go to first. But you still can make more money. You still can give better presentations. I'll explain. Now, all of those roles, they give better presentations by following public speaking rule number 1. Do you remember it? I talked about it in the first podcast. Public speaking rule number 1 is that your role as a speaker is to add value to your audience. Add value to your audience. What does that mean? It means make sure your audience is better off after they leave than before they started listening to you. Add value to your audience. When you add value, people value you more. Add value, be valued. Add value, be valued. Now, in this podcast, I'm going to talk about 2 basic questions for whatever role you have. How can you give better presentations? And how can you make more money? I'll talk about your different opportunities to speak. In a formal presentation, of course, you can add value. In an informal setting, you can also add value. In a staff meeting, in a luncheon, a small group setting. But also there is the one-on-one presentation. In any sort of a business setting, when you're talking one-on-one with a customer, a client, a coworker, a superior, you can add value. And how can a professional speaker give better presentations? By sharing their pain. Sounds odd. What I mean is, they come to you with a specific question, a problem that they are trying to solve. They want you to understand their problem. When you share their pain, when you understand their problem, they trust you more. Then when you share your solution, your audiences feel more comfortable. They believe you. That motivates them. inspires them through your words by giving your better presentation. That's how you give better presentations, by sharing their pain, sharing your solution, and then motivating and inspiring them.
John Maxwell is an excellent example of a professional speaker who adds value to his audiences. John Maxwell is a leadership expert, internationally recognized. He's one of my mentors. I am actually a certified coach, teacher, and speaker through the John Maxwell program. In his presentations, he starts off by sharing our pain. He talks about the issues he faced as a leader early on, and then he compares that situation to our situations. Second, he talks about a solution. He talks about servant leadership. He talks about adding value to everything and everyone. Yes, it is through the John Maxwell program that I understood that presentations also require us as speakers to add value. The third thing he does is motivate and inspire us. He encourages us to use the information he has given us, the programs, and the lessons, so that we can make a difference to others. John Maxwell is an excellent example of adding value to your audiences.
A salesperson is more likely to have an opportunity in a one-on-one setting or a small group acting as one. And you'll give better presentations by solving their problem. What I'm saying is that your audience, your customer, does not want to buy your product or service. They don't. They have a problem. They want to achieve something, and they believe that your product or service will help them. Your product or service is a tool, but when you can show them how to solve their problem, you are adding value to them. You are giving a better presentation. And then when you create the urgency to get them to want to take action, that helps you and helps them. So that you build trust, you build confidence. Your audience trusts you. They want to go back to you.
One example I have of a salesperson who has added value is a hardware salesperson I worked with one time. My shower door broke in my house. Actually, the hinge broke, and the door was leaning and wouldn't close right. I was leaking water. I thought I could just replace the hinge. I went to the salesperson. He first suggested some expensive options, replacing the whole frame, replacing the door. But then he offered another suggestion. He talked about improvising and creating my own hinge. He showed me the materials and the tools I would need, and he talked about the simple steps. He created urgency by convincing me it would not be difficult. It would save time, money, and aggravation. Finally, he built trust and confidence by building up my self-confidence that I could create this hinge. I could fix my shower door. He added value to me and to his store.
A consultant or a coach, when people go to you for advice, for direction, for a plan, you can work on a one-on-one basis or a small group setting and in informal presentations. You're giving direction, you're giving advice, you're answering their questions. And you give better presentations by clarifying their needs. Your audience is not sure what the issue is or how they can achieve their goals. And you help them. You show them what the problem is, what their needs are, and then you help them to build their vision, to get an idea of where they can be if they follow your plan. That builds trust, that builds confidence, so that they can feel comfortable taking the action that you recommend.
A good example of a consultant who adds value is an engineering consultant I once had when I was executive director of a transportation agency. At our agency, we received a number of complaints about the storage area next to our building. It had a lot of large equipment, disabled vehicles, construction materials. The junky yard certainly was visible through the chain link fence. My consultant started by clarifying our needs. Our needs were not to build a wall. Our need was to make the storage area less visible from the road. Then he built our vision of improving public relations with the public and with the city, and reviewing our options. We could have moved the area, but there was no good location around us. We could have built the wall that was expensive. He also created an inexpensive option, privacy slats in the chain link fence. That reduced the visibility significantly and reduced complaints. Finally, he built trust and confidence by communicating with us making sure that he understood our needs and that we knew he understood, so that we were confident he could achieve our goals by working with him. He added value to us and to himself.
A professional, such as a doctor or a lawyer or a financial planner, most of your opportunities are in a one-on-one setting. People come to you because they see that you are an expert and they want your help. They want your action just to help them solve their problem. But as a professional, you also have opportunities in a formal setting. You can go give presentations to people about the issues that you are aware of and help them to see. You give better presentations to your customers or your clients by showing them that you care, showing them that you're not just going through the routine following the plan that you have, but you are working with them, helping them to accomplish what they need or solving their problem. Then you give them that clear guidance and support, the support through the actions that you can take and the guidance to help them see what they need to do. And then keep them focused so that they understand that they need to follow that plan after. But you can give better presentations to the public, people who are just coming to hear you, but who have not thought about hiring you. You give better presentations by helping them to recognize the issues, helping them to understand that there is a problem that they may be facing if they don't take action soon. And then you show them how you can help, what steps need to be taken, and how you can do that, and create the urgency in them so that they should take action soon, so that they can avoid more problems.
A professional, like a doctor or a lawyer, can add value to your customers and your clients every day, but you can also add value to the public. An example I have is a client I had, an elder law attorney. He would speak to large groups, mostly of seniors and church groups and retired individuals, talking about what documents they needed, like a will, a living will, powers of attorney. What he did well was to help us to recognize the issues, but then he also showed us how he could help. He used client stories to show us how his advice made a difference. He introduced legal issues and legal options that we had not considered. Finally, he created urgency by explaining that the legal problems would arise at any time and that we should act to protect ourselves and our legacy. He also created urgency by offering a free consultation and a fee discount if we took advantage of the offer quickly. My client added value to his audiences by helping them to recognize the issues, by showing them that he could help, and then by creating urgency.
The manager, the director, you have people who report to you, people who you report to. You have opportunities on one-on-one and small group settings. But you also have opportunities in a formal setting, with the decision makers who must take action, with the public who need to know what's going on. You give better presentations to your employees and to your small groups by giving them clear guidance and support. This is what you need to do. This is why, this is how I will help you. Getting them involved so that they understand that you are listening to them. They are buying in. They feel some ownership. They feel that you are listening to them so that they feel more comfortable working with you. And then giving them that clear vision that what they are doing is part of a bigger plan, part of the bigger organization they are contributing to. As a director or a manager, you also give presentations to the decision makers or to the public. And you need to have a better presentation so that they can understand the issues and take action. So to give a better presentation to add value, you clearly define the problem. This is what's going on and why. And here is a solution that will solve the issue. And you create that urgency to help them to understand why it's important to take action soon. You've heard this before, but you build the trust, build the confidence, so your decision makers can see you as the person who can take the next steps. They trust you to follow through.
A director or a manager or a supervisor, you have many opportunities to add value to your employees, to your coworkers, but you also have that opportunity to add value to decision makers and to the public by talking with them and giving presentations. I once was so impressed by a chief engineer that worked for a transportation agency with me. He was responsible for all the major road construction and bridges. He would present at public hearings, but he also presented at board of directors meetings for approval of his projects. The first thing he did was to clearly define the problem and the solution. Now, he presented all the numbers, the traffic, the travel time, the accidents, the costs. He reviewed the options. But then what he also did was talk about personal stories that he learned from the public hearings. Talked about the man who was delayed and couldn't get home in time because of all the congestion. He talked about the lady who was concerned because of the accidents, afraid for her children. The second thing he did was create urgency by talking about the cost of delays, by talking about the impacts and the impacts in the public, using those personal stories again. Finally, he built trust and confidence by proving that he knew the issues, proving that he was committed to the solution, and proving to us that he could implement those solutions. He added value to his audiences and to the public.
The frontline worker, have you thought about how you have that opportunity to present? Well, you have the small groups of customers and coworkers, and you also have the one-on-one with your coworker, and you also have one-on-one opportunities with your superiors. That is very important, where you do need to add value to them. How do you give better presentations to your coworkers or your customers? Dialogue. Have a conversation with them. Help them to see what's going on, and you understand more about what they are seeing, what they are feeling. Give them clear explanations of what they are doing and how it impacts, and what you are doing and why, so that they understand the better picture. You're really just building a relationship, aren't you? You are really just building a relationship with them. But building that relationship, getting them to trust you, adds value to them, adds value to you. To your superiors, their need is to make sure things are going well, and if they're not, what do? So you explain clearly what any issues are that you see. Then you offer compelling solutions. A solution that will solve the problem, a positive solution that builds trust and confidence with your superior. You become a valuable resource to that superior. You are adding value.
As a frontline worker, you speak all the time with the customers and your coworkers, but you also have an opportunity to add value to your superiors. One really interesting story I have is when I worked as executive director of a transportation agency, and I needed to purchase some new scheduling software. I had a scheduler who worked with me, T, who would have been responsible for implementing the project. T went through the testing of the software. He broke the software. He tested it till it would not work. Sometimes it was our data and our procedures. Sometimes it was the software flaws. Then he would come to me and come to the software company. He clearly explained the circumstances and the issues. He was able to document what happened and why. He offered solutions to fix the software or change our procedures. And finally, he built trust and confidence because we knew he understood the software, he knew the issues, and he could implement the solution. He added value to us and to the software company. He added value to himself because after the project was finished, the software company offered him a job to help implement the software in other places around the country. He added value.
So how do you add value? By giving helpful information, giving helpful directions, by building trust, by building relationships, by giving clear communications. This is what's going on. And then by motivating and inspiring your audience, getting them to want to take action. Add value, be valued. How could you put that into one word? As a professional, in any role, how could you say add value, be valued in one word? Leadership. Adding value and being valued is a leadership trait. Better communications is a strong leadership trait. So I am helping you to become a better leader by giving better presentations. Now for the important question, how do you make more money? If people pay you to speak as a professional speaker and a salesperson or a consultant, or even the professional who's giving those formal presentations where you're showing people what issues are, how do you make more money? You have more opportunities to speak. More opportunities is more times that you can make money. But when you give those presentations, you are more likely to gain more clients, more customers. And the more clients, the more customers, the more opportunities, It's a simple supply and demand question. You can charge higher prices. You can make more money. And then you can have more sales of products and services, books and programs that you may want to sell on the side. If you are paid for your services, like a manager or a director, or a professional who's an expert, or the frontline worker, you can still make more money. How? When you added value, you're becoming more valued, and you'll have higher compensation, raises, bonuses, other benefits. You'll get promotions because people will trust you. They'll want you to have a higher role, have more responsibility. They'll trust that you can handle it. And there will be job offers. There will be job offers from others who see the role, see the responsibility, see the value that you have, and want to bring you on their team. In summary, being a better presenter does not make money. When you add value to someone else, that does not make money. But by adding value, you bring recognition to yourself. And the recognition leads to more money. Here's a secret to making more money. You probably hadn't thought about it this way. All decisions are emotional. That decision to give you money, to pay you for services, pay you for speaking, that's an emotional decision. When I said trust and confidence, motivate and inspire, those are emotions. Emotions that you can tap by giving a better presentation. I want to help you do that. To make more money, add value, and be valued through better presentations. Yes, you can. In future podcasts and on my website, I will show you how. As a matter of fact, on my next podcast, I'm going to interview someone who's actually seen this in real life. Chris McClellan is a professional speaker and founder of the Whole Care Network. He started with a simple story, with a simple problem, and now he is a whole network, his whole brand. You'll enjoy the interview. You'll learn a lot from it. Don't forget, at the end of this podcast, I do have a free offer. Listen for just a few seconds more. Until next time, add value, be valued.
Tune in next time for more tips and professional advice to help you make more money by giving better presentations. If you have specific questions or topics, write to Fred at toastmentor.com. You may even be a guest on the show. Don't forget to visit the website toastmentor.com for more helpful advice and resources. Are you nervous before you give a presentation? Good. It shows you care. Does your audience know that you're nervous? Not good. You need Fred's ebook, 8 Simple Tricks to Control Your Nerves Before Your Next Speech. It's free at toastmentor.com/wecanhelp. That's toastmentor.com/wecanhelp. Get it today.